Kotze says 3 men ambushed his ex-wife, and Motshekga reacts to learner deaths. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. Murder and rape accused Johan Kotze says 3 men ambushed his ex-wife in his house in Modimolle, Limpopo in January this year. Kotze's advocate, Bonnette, Bandjies, has given his client's version in the North Gauteng High Court. Kotze claims that he and his ex-wife, Bonnette, had a fight about her alleged infidelity before the attack on her. Bandjies then began to cross-examine Bonnette. Diela Magnus reports.
Kotze alleges while he was in the bathroom of his house, he heard a terrible yell and found Bonnette being overpowered in the bedroom by 3 men. The men were wearing pantyhose over their heads. Kotze and Andre Sitole, Pita Motlane and Selo Mpaka pleaded not guilty in the North Gauteng High Court on charges of murder, rape, assault, kidnapping and attempted murder. The case was adjourned until tomorrow morning. Diela Magnus, SABC News, Pretoria.
Basic Education Minister Motshekga says 3 separate incidents which led to deaths of learners at a school have come to the department's attention in the past week alone. She was reacting to the fatal shooting at a Forest High School on Gauteng's East Rand. Motshekga says several incidents of stabbings and fist fights among learners have been reported to the department. She says provincial education departments have the power to conduct random searches for weapons and narcotics and install CCTV cameras and handheld metal detectors. Motshekga says security companies can be hired for schools that can afford them. The Right to Know campaign has embarked on a protest in front of Parliament in anticipation of a sitting of the ad hoc committee on the protection of state information. It's expected that proposed amendments to the Protection of State Information Bill will be adopted today. The bill is set to be debated and passed in the National Council of Provinces next week. Opposition parties and civil society want a clause to be included that would allow for classification information to be published if it uncovers corruption. Right to Know National Coordinator Mark Weinberg.
The bill is far from perfect. It needs a number of things. It needs a proper public interest defense. What we have now is deeply flawed. It needs to respect the law of the Constitution, which is the Promotion of Access to Information Act. And currently this law says that if it's in conflict with that act, the secrecy bill wins. The sentences remain unnecessarily harsh.
And the commander of the Lesotho Defence Force, Lieutenant General Adi Kamodi, says the Lesotho Army is now stable and continues to root out partisan elements. Kamodi was addressing a gathering at the Mokanyane Barracks in the capital Maseru, where Prime Minister Tom Thabane inspected Defence Force operations for the first time since his inauguration in June this year. Thabane said crucial public servants like soldiers should not have to live in run-down dormitories or have to wear torn uniforms. He says his coalition government will work hard to ensure a broader distribution of national wealth and safer Lesotho.